That's what I know. And I was told, don't do that anymore because we'll kill you. People started playing games, and now the game is out of control. The world's never going to be the same. But he warned me that the world would change, and I didn't really understand it at the time. Brian Rose just got yanked from the air because he brought somebody who was controversial on. That's the freedom of speech. But so is being politically correct. PC is you violate the First Amendment, the freedom of speech. Another thing that's been violated is the right to assembly. Social distancing and shutting down businesses is a violation of the First Amendment. So our rights are being ripped out of our hands right now, and that disturbs me. So when Brian Rose, a great guy, he got taken off because he criticized, LinkedIn and Bill Gates and YouTube and all this stuff. So that's what you got to be careful today, because freedom of speech is gone. Some of the nasty threats I've gotten. You better watch out, because I criticize vaccines. And I've studied vaccines. I kind of know what they do. The primary reasons vaccines are so profitable is because when they brought them out, you cannot be sued. The drug Big Pharma cannot be sued for any failure of the vaccine. So the vaccine kills 10 million people. The drug company, ABC, Big Pharma, i.e. Merck and those guys, they can't be sued. And then what they do is they produce the vaccine, and then they get somebody like Trump or Obama to push it. That's what I know. And I was told, don't do that anymore because we'll kill you. My friend who was a doctor says they will. So that's what concerns me. I'm in for the freedom of speech, and I agree that people can disagree. Everybody has their own opinion. But to threaten somebody with death and all that, that's a little too far. People started playing games, and now the game is out of control. This corona crisis, as I call it, it's a smokescreen for something that's been going on for years. The biggest crisis is the financial crisis. And your generation, the millennials, have been screwed. Big time. If you understand how money is credit and debt. That's all it is. Credit, debt, and taxes. That's what money really is. But they don't teach you that in school. So today, the reason the world economy is crashing goes all the way back to 71. But what happened in 71, they could just make fake money, and they can keep printing fake money. And this is the US dollar. The US can keep printing fake money for a number of years yet. And the only way they could keep the economy expanding, they had to find people stupid enough to get into debt.
My colleagues at the Federal Reserve and I are dedicated to serving the American people. Today, we decided to lower interest rates.
I didn't have this as a kid. It's called a credit card. Now everybody has credit cards, but they never teach you how to use it. Why did they have a credit card? It's because they needed more money. So they keep expanding the economy. They keep finding people stupid enough to just get into debt. So give them credit cards and all this and say, well, you give auto loans. But I think the most dastardly thing for your generation was in 2009 when President Obama went to the banks and said, look, we need to get the students more into debt under the guise of you need to get a good education. I don't know if you understand money, but there's only 4.5 trillion in base money, M1. There's about 225 trillion in debt. That means there's only 4.5 trillion for 225 trillion in debt. The machine's going to stop soon. I don't know when, but it's going to stop. And when it comes to a stop, that's when my gold, silver, and Bitcoin will go through the roof. So going back to 1971, this financial crisis is now showing up. And it's your generation that will inherit a pile of duck doo-doo. Well, the people that will get hammered, I'm writing this paper right now. It's taking me 4 months because it's a tough paper. It's called The Brave New World. And what this corona crisis represents is we're going into a brave new world. As I said in prophecy, I said it would come in 2016, but I didn't foresee. I started prophecy in 1999, but I didn't foresee quantitative easing and zero interest rates. I didn't foresee how desperate our leaders are, the Federal Reserve Bank, the Treasury, Wall Street, and even putting students in debt. I cannot believe how desperate people are. Everybody's so desperate because this world, starting from 1971, is so deeply in debt. The world's never going to be the same.